Well, children, in ray optics we have studied that light moves in straight line. So today we will just observe, is it true that light moves in a straight line? This is a small obstacle, very fine obstacle, and I'll put this obstacle in path of light. In front of this obstacle there is a white screen, and I'm having a laser light in my hand. This one is laser light point source. Now I'll illuminate this obstacle with help of laser beam. If light moves in a straight line, then we should have a sharp shadow of this obstacle on the screen. But if it is not true, if light does not move in a straight line, then we will observe light entering the shadow region of this obstacle, and that is which we are going to observe today. And then we will move to new topic, that is wave optics, where we will learn that light is behaving so many times like a wave. So let us start our experiment and we observe the result. And it's really strange that we don't have sharp shadow of that obstacle. You can easily observe that light is bending at the edges of that obstacle and entering the shadow region. And this proves that light is behaving here like a wave. So this is the first experiment in which we come to know that light behaves like a wave in so many phenomena in the nature. Observe the light bending at the edges of the obstacle. And here you can feel that ray optics is now entered the wave optics region. And now here another one. This experiment will also prove that light so many times behaves like a wave. Now I am having two blades and there is a very fine slit, and I will illuminate this slit with help of the laser light, and laser beam will pass through it. If light moves in a straight line, then we should have a bright line on this white screen, bright light line patch. And if it behaves like a wave, then light beam will pass through this slit and will give us diffraction pattern there, the bright and dark fringes. So it's time again to observe what is behavior of light when it passes through this slit, and what we are going to observe there on that white screen behind this slit. So let us move to our observation. And surprisingly, see, we don't have a bright line of light. That is the image of the slit. Instead, we have bright line at the center, and at both the sides, bright and dark fringes of light. That means we don't have a simple image of slit, illuminated slit. We have a different kind of pattern, which later on we will study that it is a diffraction pattern of single slit. So here observe this result, that when light passes through a fine slit, it spreads in the shadow region of the blades and it gives a pattern center bright and at both the sides fringes. So bending of light at the edges of obstacle was explained by Huygens using the wave theory of light. Huygens proposed wave theory, and the first point he explained was he defined concept of wavefront. According to Huygens, when we drop a stone in water, the water ripples are originating from a point and they are spreading in every direction of the water. Now, see the water ripples, the wave produced by this stone when stone is dropped in water. The ripples are moving in all directions from the origin where this wave is starting. When stone touches the water, this particle starts performing simple harmonic motion and it transfers its disturbance to other particles, and in that way simple harmonic wave spreads on the surface of the water. Now if you observe, the wave reaches to every point of this circle labeled as A at same time. So all points of this circle start oscillating simultaneously, and therefore all the particles of this circle will oscillate in same phase. Similarly, the wave will reach to this circle, all particles of this circle at same time. So they will oscillate in same phase. So all the particles, locus of all the particles which are oscillating in same phase is named as a wave front. So this definition is very important for board exams. According to the definition, locus of all the points which are oscillating in same phase is called wavefront, and you can also define wavefront as surface in the medium at which all particles are in same phase of oscillation, and that surface is called wavefront. So this is a very important definition for board. Frequently asked question, what do you understand by wavefront? And Huygens defined wavefront as surface at which all particles are in same phase of oscillation is called wavefront. So you can write either this definition or this definition. Next interesting point is that if the source of light is changing, the shape of wavefront is changing, and this is also a very important question for boards, that if the point source is a if light source is a point source, then the wavefront will have shape of sphere. So concentric spheres will be the wavefront for point source of light, because the wave will reach to every point of the sphere at same time. Therefore, the wavefront for point source is concentric spherical surfaces. But if light source is at infinity and light is coming from infinity, like light coming from sun, then we know that the rays are parallel to each other. In that case, the wavefront will have the shape of plane surface parallel to each other. So we have to practice to draw the different shapes of the wavefront also when the source of light is changing. And next is line source of light, like tube light. So in case of tube light, the wavefront will have cylindrical shape, concentric cylindrical surfaces with tube light at the axis of the cylinders. Now we know that light wave spreads from the source of light in all the directions. So, the wave fronts move and spread in all the directions, and the speed with which wavefront move outward is the speed of the wave itself. Also, very important point is that direction perpendicular to wavefront is the direction in which wave moves. That means if you take the point source of light, then the wavefront will be spherical. Now take tangent at any point, then perpendicular line perpendicular to tangent is the direction in which the wave is propagating in this direction. Similarly, here this is the direction of wave propagation perpendicular to the tangent at this point. In this direction, this is the direction of the wave propagation perpendicular to the tangent at this point. So, direction perpendicular to wave front is the direction in which wave propagates, and the line drawn perpendicular to wave front is called light ray. In this case of plane surface wavefront, this is light ray which is perpendicular to the wavefront. This is direction of propagation of light wave, and also this line is called light ray. So finally, what is Huygens wave theory? This is very important question for your board exams. They ask you write the main points of Huygens wave theory, and the answer should be written in points. So first point is, and technically you have to learn the points, because in that case only you will be able to write it in technically correct words. That the first point of Huygens wave theory is that light source produces light wave, and locus of point oscillating in locus of all the points oscillating in same phase is called wavefront. So the first point is definition of wavefront. Then second point is that each point of wavefront is source of secondary wavelets. Each point behaves as a source and produces secondary wavelets, and interestingly these secondary wavelets spread out in forward direction only. So let us first understand the concept of secondary wavelets. ये point source से wave spread होती है और wave front spherical shape का है. ठीक, अब इस वेव फ्रंट से के हर पॉइंट ने एक सोर्स की तरह एक्ट करना शुरू किया, और उस सोर्स से वेव्स निकली, और वो वेव सिर्फ फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में ही स्प्रेड करेंगी. जो वेव्स इससे निकली वो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में स्प्रेड नहीं करती मिली. तो हाइगन्स ने कहा कि एवरी पॉइंट ऑफ द वेव फ्रंट विल एक्ट एज अ सोर्स एंड सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स ओरिजिनेट फ्रॉम these points and propagate in forward direction. This is second point of Huygens principle. Third point of Huygens principle says that these secondary wavelets move in forward direction with the speed of the light wave itself. And if it is isotropic medium, then these secondary wavelets propagate in forward direction with the same speed of light. With the same speed they propagate in all directions. Then fourth point of the theory says that envelope of these secondary wavelets at any time t in forward direction, because in backward direction secondary wavelets are not found. So in forward direction at any time t, envelope of all these secondary wavelets originating from same wavefront will give you the direction and position of new wavefront at that time. To understand this point, let us come to this diagram. This is the wavefront which is originated from the point source of light, and let us take this time of observation as t equal to 0. Now take the radius r equal to velocity of the wave into time t, because we want to know the position of wavefront at time t. So we multiplied the velocity of the wave with time t, and this radius, taking this radius, we draw the circles from the every point of this wavefront, taking that point as the center. Now just observe. These all circles, we take the tangent of these all circles, because these all circles are representing secondary wavelets, and tangent to these circles, this curve is envelope of these circles at time t, because wave will reach to this point at time t with the velocity v. Right? So this envelope of secondary wavelets at time t is called the new wavefront at that time. So you should note down this point as well as this diagram. This is the wavefront at t equal to 0. We considered it at t equal to 0, and after t time the wave reaches to this point. So we have drawn the secondary wavelets of radius r. These circles, half circles represent secondary wavelets, and an envelope tangent to these secondary wavelets will represent the wavefront at time t. This whole process is written as the point to your notes. And if you just consider the next point of the Huygens theory, then it is only the line, the point, that envelope of secondary wavelets at any time t represents the position of new wavefront at that time. So this is the point of Huygens theory, third point, fourth point, and explanation of the point. And this diagram clears the concept of new position of wavefront and the secondary wavelets. Now come to point, we are again and again saying that secondary wavelets move in spread in forward direction only, because in backward direction no secondary wavelets are found. What does it mean by backward direction? And that is, when these points are behaving as a source, then secondary wavelets should spread in all direction. So in forward direction also as well as in backward direction also. But light propagates in forward direction only. So Practically, secondary wavelets are propagating in forward direction only. The rays are moving in forward direction only. No backward direction motion of light is found. So this problem was sorted out by Huygens as well as by Kirchhoff and one more scientist by giving an interesting fact and taking help of mathematics. उन्होंने कहा कि बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में लाइट का मोशन नहीं मिलता, सोर्स से लाइट हमेशा आगे ही बढ़ती है। तो सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स को हम केवल आगे स्प्रेड करता हुआ ही बताएंगे, और ऐसा इसलिए होता है क्योंकि होना तो चारों ओर चाहिए था स्प्रेड थ्योरी के अकॉर्डिंग सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स को, लेकिन सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स का जो एम्पलीट्यूड है वो 1/2 1 + cos थीटा के प्रोपोर्शनल है, जहाँ थीटा क्या है, सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स का डायरेक्शन फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल डायरेक्शन ऑफ द वेव। अगर ये है वेव फ्रंट तो ये लाइन इस पॉइंट पर नॉर्मल है। तो अगर आप इस पॉइंट के नॉर्मल से थीटा एंगल पर कंसीडर करो तो एक्सपेरिमेंटल फैक्ट से कहते हैं कि जो सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स का एम्पलीट्यूड इस डायरेक्शन में होगा वो 1 + cos थीटा के प्रोपोर्शनल होगा। तो जो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स का एम्पलीट्यूड होना चाहिए वो 1 + cos 180 के प्रोपोर्शनल होना चाहिए, मतलब 1 + और cos 180 -1। तो एम्पलीट्यूड बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में 0 हो जाएगा। ये जस्टिफिकेशन था इस पॉइंट का कि वेव और सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स और लाइट आगे ही बढ़ती है, पीछे बैकवर्ड वेव कोई नहीं मिलती है। लेकिन सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, जो जियोमेट्रिकल हेल्प हाइगन्स ने ली है लाइट के डिफरेंट फिनोमेना को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, वेव थ्योरी को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो वेवलेट्स हैं उनको चारों डायरेक्शन में वेव फ्रंट के हर पॉइंट से फैलना चाहिए था। तो जस्टिफिकेशन ये दिया गया कि जो वेव्स सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स ओरिजिनेट हो रही हैं उनका एम्पलीट्यूड डायरेक्शन पर डिपेंड करता है, और वो 1 + cos थीटा के प्रोपोर्शनल है, जहाँ थीटा सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स की डायरेक्शन है रे के डायरेक्शन से, यानी वेव फ्रंट के नॉर्मल जो डायरेक्शन है किसी पॉइंट पर, उससे थीटा एंगल पर सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स की जो डायरेक्शन है वो 1 + cos थीटा के प्रोपोर्शनल है। उसका जो एम्पलीट्यूड है सेकेंडरी वेवलेट का वो 1 + cos थीटा के प्रोपोर्शनल है। तो जो पीछे की ओर वेवलेट जानी चाहिए उसका एम्पलीट्यूड 1 + cos 180 हो जाएगा, यानी 0। इसलिए बैकवर्ड वेव नहीं मिलती है, सोर्स से रेज हमेशा आगे ही जाती हैं। तो ये एक्सप्लेनेशन था सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स के एक कॉम्प्लिकेशन का कि पीछे की ओर वेव्स क्यों नहीं जाती हैं, और ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट भी है और इम्पोर्टेंट भी है। तो अब समराइज करते हैं हाइगन्स वेव थ्योरी को। इसमें 4 मेन पॉइंट्स हैं। पहला पॉइंट वेव फ्रंट को डिफाइन करता है, लाइट सोर्स प्रोड्यूसेस लाइट वेव्स, लोकस ऑफ ऑल द पॉइंट्स ऑसिलेटिंग इन सेम फेस इज कॉल्ड वेव फ्रंट। सेकेंड पॉइंट सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करता है, ईच पॉइंट ऑफ वेव फ्रंट इज सोर्स ऑफ सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स and these secondary wavelets spread out in forward direction only. Third point, secondary wavelets की speed के बारे में है, that secondary wavelets moves in all directions with same speed, that is the speed of the wave in isotropic medium. Isotropic medium वो जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स, जिसकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ हर डायरेक्शन में सेम होती हैं। तो अगर आइसोट्रोपिक मीडियम है तो सेकेंडरी वेव्स हर डायरेक्शन में सेम स्पीड, दैट इज़ द स्पीड ऑफ द वेव, उससे मूव करेंगी, प्रोपोगेट करेंगी। और लास्ट पॉइंट सेकेंड हाइगन्स वेव थ्योरी का है कि एनवेलप ऑफ सेकेंडरी वेवलेट्स, that is the tangent of secondary wavelets at any time t in forward direction gives position of wavefront at that time. तो टोटल 4 पॉइंट्स हैं हाइगन्स वेव थ्योरी के, जो 3 to 5 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन में आपको लिखना पड़ सकता है। तो हमको ये चारों पॉइंट्स अच्छी तरह से याद होने चाहिए स्पेसिफिक लैंग्वेज में। फर्स्ट पॉइंट, सेकेंड पॉइंट, स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट्स, एक्सप्लेनेशन हमारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स बिल्डिंग के लिए है, वो आपको वहाँ लिखना नहीं है। फिर थर्ड पॉइंट, एंड देन द लास्ट पॉइंट, दिस वन। Obviously, explanation is for concept building. So only this much you have to write. नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग हाइगन्स थ्योरी का यूज़ करके हाइगन्स ने कैसे रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्रैक्शन के लॉज को प्रूव किया वो सीखेंगे। वो दोनों प्रूफ भी बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है।